We recently sold a property for a record price, but we turned away the highest offer. We turned away the second highest offer, and why we took the third highest offer. I want to share with you guys a quick tip. When you are in a multiple offer situation, the highest offer is sometimes not the best offer. So I'm going to share with you guys a little story to explain this. I was dealing with my sellers earlier this week. We put up a house for sale. Let's call it $1 million was the listed price. We ended up getting 23 offers. We ended up selling their house for a record price. However, when the offers rolled in, there were 3 offers that stood out amongst the crowd. As we looked at the top 3 offers and dived deeper into them, we realized that the highest offer, in fact, did not even have a pre-approval mortgage. I'm just going to make up these numbers. Let's say there was an offer for $1,320,000, $1,310,000, and $1,300,000. At first glance, the one with the 20,000 there seems to be the clear winner, right? But it's important that you ensure your realtor is interviewing all of these top 3 clients, top 3 buyers, to ensure they are, in fact, pre-approved. Throughout the negotiations, some of the questions I like to ask is to ensure that the buyer, in fact, qualifies for these mortgages. We looked at the highest offer. As I asked more questions into them, along with the pre-approval, I realized that they did not even have a pre-approval mortgage. They were not even qualified to purchase this property. It was pretty much a verbal number they received by an online calculator that they just threw in some numbers, which spat out a number, and they were using that calculator as a method of pre-approval and trying to buy a house. This could have been a big disaster. And they were pretty much making up a number. Could they qualify for a mortgage? Could they afford this property? Who the heck knows? So we let them go. The second place offer, as I asked more questions again about the mortgage and the financing, I realized that their pre-approval was done way back in October. And this pre-approval was in fact expiring 2 days before the closing date, which would mean that they would need to go back to and get reapproved on this mortgage, and they might not even qualify for it again. So they also did not have a pre-approval that was valid. They would have to go back to the bank now and get reapproved, and with a new interest rate environment, they may or may not qualify. So in fact, they did not have an approval. If you understand the mortgage industry, if your closing date is beyond the expiry of the mortgage pre-approval, you need to go back to the bank and get a new pre-approval. So what happened between a few months ago and now is interest rates have gone up. So the new pre-approval would not most likely approve them at the same number. Again, causing a lot of question marks. We went to the third place offer, and in fact they did have a pre-approval. It was dated well, it worked within the price lines, and asking more questions, I was able to determine that they had sufficient resources, extra resources, to be able to close on this property should the bank appraisal not come in at market value. Also a very important consideration. They also had backup options. It's very important to consider the backup options. So in the event that an appraisal doesn't come in at market value or the value that they're paying, I wanted to make sure that they had backup resources to be able to fund the difference. In this case, they had other property they were considering liquidating in order to build the down payment to be able to close on this property. So the moral of the story is the highest offer is not always the best offer. You need to look at price, you need to look at closing date, you need to look at the conditions, you need to vet these clients, you need to vet the agent. There's a lot of agents that are new in our business, and you need to ensure that they're doing the right thing for their client, and in turn, we are doing the right thing for our seller client. Hope this helps.